Hi, it's Sherry. I'm coming at you from Canyon Lake one day early because there's a few reasons. First of all, I'll tell you in a second, but I got to show you these totems right now. These are the grosbeaks that I tell you guys about that I see. See them on shore? I was hoping to get a little bit closer. The grosbeak talks about relationship and family, interrelationships. This is a time for emotional healing in families and in relationships. There they go. They're funny little birds. They've got red eyes, and they look like little puffins to me. They're not quite sure where to go since I'm cruising in over here to my little fairy glen. It's very hot today, but I wanted to show you, those aren't even the totems that we were going to speak about, but since they're there, can you see their little red heads? They're red heads. Interesting. So, they're not quite certain what to do, these little redheads. So there might be a little confusion about what's going on with the family or with relationships, people that you are close to that you consider like your family. And it's definitely a time to explore that. It's a time about healing. And what do you need to do to heal these relationships? It also talks about your spiritual family and awareness. They talk about, because they're moving like that, it's interesting. It talks about sudden activity, being aware of sudden activity and opportunities in your life. Maybe it's time for you to fly, right? Maybe it's time for you to take flight and start acting on something. What is it that you're meant to do? Maybe your spiritual, work. What have you been putting off possibly, or what have you been putting on second back burner? You know, it's time to awaken those. It's about paying attention to what's going on in your surroundings spiritually, emotionally, physically. That's not the totem that I wanted to speak to you guys about. I'm coming over in the shade because it's hot as blazes out here. And I'm coming at you a day early because, oh, I love my little glen. Look at it, it's all bursting into life. This is wonderful. Oh, it's so pretty. Remember the pictures I posted when everything was dead? And now the new sprouts of spring are here. So that's what's going on in our life. There's opportunities coming, new growth. Okay, a day early. Tonight's the full moon. So I guess the things that we're going to be speaking about today are something that you need to be reflecting about during the full moon release. You know, we do our full moon release ceremonies where we write a list. I kept getting from Spirit today, write your intentions, write your affirmations, write down. I just kept getting writing. And so I believe it's very powerful to not only think about what we desire to manifest, but to write it down. Think about it, speak about it, write it down. It brings it about. Sorry, I'm gonna tie us up so we don't go too far offshore. There, then I can just kind of chill out here. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why I'm out a day early. Also, I was in my dream time. I was told Spirit has given me for a while that I was going to be getting. Well, we all were. I posted about it. I was going to be getting a spiritual message, information of a metaphysical type. And I needed to, for me, it was, I spoke to my friend Joy. I did a reading with her, and there was information coming to us that might be coming about in a spiritual, metaphysical way. It was information that we would gain some knowledge from, and that we could use, but we were supposed to be careful with what we did with it. You know, be responsible or suffer the consequences. That the information that we got was going to give us something that we needed, but there were going to be some ramifications. So that is what came out for me. But I was told also, in my own higher self, I was given, pay attention. And it's always to my dreams, because my dreams are often prophetic. And so I was enjoying my own reruns, basically, last night in my dreams. And I was basically, I had been asking for clarity on something that has been eluding me for 2 years. I get information, we all get information when the time is right, but we get frustrated when we don't get it all. We don't know all the answers. I do. I'm a little, private detective, so that's one of my issues. And so I was in my dream space, and I woke up several times because it just kept continuing. And I was getting these downloads, basically, of what was coming, and actually a review. I was shown what had happened and why. And I was watching a lot of things like that happen. And I was actually in a good space. I was feeling really positive. I was connecting with my twin soul. Either Spirit was showing me or he was showing me. what he's been discovering and what he has discovered and why, and what's transpired. And so I was feeling good about it, because it was like, okay, cool, we're on the same page, right? He's where I'm at, so that's cool. But then I woke up, and as I was writing my dreams down, I had messages from another friend, another spiritual friend in another part of the world. And he shares his dreams with me, because often we dream together. That's how Spirit does it. I've had that with several of my spiritual friends. We're all connected, and sometimes we dream for one another. And him and I mean, he's in India, and he was talking about, I don't know, it didn't make much sense to me, so it wasn't my dream to interpret. Then he told me about something that was actually had happened to him, and it wasn't a good thing that happened, and he was confused by it, and he was trying to get clarity on it, like I always do. And he was saying, well, clearly this must have been manifested out of fear. And I said, perhaps, I don't know. And I thought, you know, I was in a really good space. I was in a really good vibrational high space. And this whole conversation kind of brought me down. You know, it was like lowering my energy. It was like a negative feeling. And so I excused myself from the conversation, and I heard in my head, I don't know, I somehow, I don't even know if I heard or if it just automatically happened. I picked up my phone, and my friend Ryan and his buddy Alex, they're in Sedona at the yoga convention right now. And they were doing they usually do, you know, he does the early morning coffee on Sundays, like I do my readings on Sundays. Him and Ryan do it. And I don't know if they were doing it a day early too, or if they're going to be doing it again, because they're broadcasting from there. But it was awesome, because the things that it just made me feel very connected. Right when I need to be connected to my spiritual family, I'm directed there. I always listen to what my higher self says. If I get an inkling to do something, I don't question it, I just do it. And so I was listening to them. They're pretty funny, and they had Alex had a tarot reading, and Ryan was talking about different things. And in my head I heard, when the great wave comes, go to the mountain. And Ryan was talking about the hermit. That's what it was. And Alex had got the hermit card. And Ryan said, well, what is the hermit represents, like the monks, right? What do the monks do? They go to the mountains. That's where they meditate. And I thought, and I heard in my head again, when the great wave comes, go to the mountain, which was something that I heard, you know, what was it, you guys? You probably heard me talk about it last year sometime. I don't know if it was summer or late spring. And it drove me nuts, because I had all these different thoughts about who was saying it to me and what it meant. And as I listened, I understood it was what my twin was doing, and he was communicating. Basically, actually, I think it was the father that was communicating to me, as well as to tell me what he was doing. When the great wave comes, well, water is emotion, so a great wave would be a great outpouring of emotion. Go to the mountain. So you go to the mountain to meditate, right? I went to Sedona. That's where I literally went. Spirit said, close your shop, shut off your work, close your door, and go to your spiritual place. When you come home, your work will be ready. You need to go. So basically what it was is it was about going in. It was about solitude. It was about, you know, finding your center, and that's being the hermit, basically. So that's what I did at that time, and that's what my twin has been doing. And I laughed, because I said to Ryan, we're so in sync. You know, we're so like dead on in sync. I'm thinking something, and he says it. And then he said something else about information that comes to us, and how he says, you know, you're in this high vibrating place, and then a friend comes, and, you know, you get a text message or a phone call, and, you know, they're just dumping their negativity on you, and you're like, whoa, you know, I'm in a really good place right now. I don't want to go down vibrating in that area. So, you know, I see you wrapped in love and light, and, you know, and that's all good, but right now I'm just going to excuse myself, and I'm going to go, you know, kind of disconnect from that. And I thought to myself, that's what I was doing when the great wave came. It's talking about detachment. Detachment mode. You need to detach from whatever's going on around you, whatever the energy is that's negative, whatever that's pulling you down, in order for you to work through it, in order for you to understand what you need to understand, in order for you to get the messages that Spirit's bringing to you, in order for you to find your center. Detach. So he says, you know, when you've got these buddies, you know, you love them. They're your friends, right? But you don't want to go there right now. So it's okay to pull away and say, hey, you know, I need to center. So that's what I did. When I got this, you know, like I said, I was in this dream space. I was connecting with my twin, and it was a beautiful place to be. And I was getting a lot of information. I was watching a lot of things that were unfolding. And I felt very, very peaceful when I woke up. And then I had that interruption, and I thought, ooh. So my higher self grabbed the phone, and I picked it up, and of course Spirit lined it up that when I opened up my cell on Facebook, Ryan was speaking, and they had literally just spoken, like just started their upload. So that's where I was meant to be, and we were connecting, and I was saying, dude, I was so connecting exactly with what's going on. Now I want to ask you guys, how are you doing with this energy that we've been having? Because the energy's been intense. This emotional energy has just been felt very heavily. You know, I've been feeling it for a couple of weeks now, and it's funny because Ryan was talking about it, and you know, they always say how they feel it first in Sedona, and I said, dude, I've been feeling it just as same as you. You know, I'm a satellite here in California. You know, this is where I've been sent to stay, and this is where I do my work. There in Sedona, and I miss that connection. You know, I miss not being able to be a part of that. But this is where Spirit has centered me, and I know I said to them, you know. Yes, Sedona gets it early, probably because that particular area, there's such a high vibration there. You know, the energy vortexes that are there, and there's a high quantity of spiritual people that are there as well. But we're feeling it too. All the ones that are connected and the ones that are awake, we are also tapped into the universal consciousness. So we are all online with you, is what I said. And another woman said, hear you loud and clear. So the energy has been very intense. We've been having downloads. That's what's going on. We're getting downloads. When you're going through a difficult time, just bear with it, right? Just recognize, you know, it's okay to feel these emotions. You don't have to get stuck in this place. You're going through transition. You're just in a transition stage. You're leveling up to the next level, okay? Don't allow yourself to be overwhelmed by it. Be kind to yourself. Work your way through. Like I said last week, go into a steam bath. That's Ryan's big thing, because that's what they have at their gym. Go and have a hot eucalyptus shower. That's what I do. The other night, I lit my tiki torches, and I went out on my patio. It was nighttime, and I was just in that. I had been in that place all day. And I thought, I need to get myself centered, and I need to just, you know, it's okay to feel this way. I was feeling very heavy. And I lit my Nag Chamba, and I had the music on in the background, and I just laid there and looked outside, and I started to, instead of center and focus on what the issues were and what was driving me crazy or what was making me feel so heavy, and the sadness that I was feeling, because I was feeling waves of sadness. I was feeling overwhelming waves of this deep emotion, because there's something that I've been waiting for a very long time to work through, and it's just taking a long time. And it was just, I was not just feeling my own energy, I was feeling the energy of others, you know, and my twin. And so it was okay for me to be in that space, but I thought, I'm gonna, instead of having that in the forefront, I'm gonna look out on the lake. I saw the lights reflecting on the water, the moon was reflecting on the water. I listened to the birds calling out, just like you hear right now, which is the crow, walk your walk, talk your talk. And I'm doing just that, because you'll see in a minute why I'm saying that. But I thought, I'm going to bring to the forefront my blessings. I'm going to bring to the forefront, you know, not the fact that, you know, I'm not with my twin. You know, I'm not with my family in Wisconsin. I'm not with my soul family in Sedona. I'm a satellite, and I feel like an island in California. You know, but I'm not going to focus on that. What do I have here? Look what I have here. I have this. And right now, even though it's really hot right now, underneath this little sheltering of these little branches of fresh green growth, I have just enough shelter that the sun isn't breaking through to me, and the wind it's just a light breeze. You can see my hair blowing just lightly. It's just enough to keep it cool, right? So that's what I was feeling as I was on the deck. I was just listening to the birds that were calling, and this is a loon, and this, I'm not a loon, I'm sorry. This is a coot, mud hen, and what they're the ones that eat up, you know, the debris or whatever that needs to go through to, you know, the leftovers. They dig that all up, and that's what I was kind of doing, right? I had this. What's happening? You know, Venus is in retrograde right now, so relationship and emotion is turned around and upside down. It's reviewing time, where you're going in and you're thinking about relationships, which is why the Grow Speak talks about this is a healing time for relationships, and that's what they do, and that's what I was doing that night. And I heard, look at these two, fighting with each other. So there's issues. So there's issues between ones and families. There's issues in relationships, arguments possibly happening at this time, see? And they're digging, it's all being brought up. There's things that are being brought up that have to be sorted out. And that's what's going on, right? I love how the totems come and how they act, you know, to give us messages. So that's what I did. I sat on the deck and I appreciated it, and I thought, wow, you know, if I have to be stuck in California, and I know that's a terrible thing to say because there's probably so many people that are like, wow, I would kill to be in California. I don't like cities, and I live in a city. I'm in this little lake area like this, which is incredible. But if I go outside of this little lake area, you know, this is the backyard of where I am. It's all cement and city, and I don't do well with that. I like the country, so I come here, and this is where I find my peace. So I thought, I'm so blessed. I am so incredibly blessed to have this, and I'm going to appreciate that, because when we appreciate, we manifest. You know, it's not even that you're doing it just to manifest, but you do. It's the ability. When you stay in a place of gratitude, that's when we're able to manifest into our life what it is that we are desiring. So, there's so many things that I have to say. The totem today is the bee. My landlord said he was being chased by a bee, and he says, he almost stung me. Well, the bee's got a lot of messages. The honeybee, if you get stung by a bee, it talks about maybe hurt feelings, or somebody has said something that's hurt your feelings, or has used cutting remarks, or is about to. And literally that was a prophecy, because that happened to him just the next day. But the bee also talks about, is there something buzzing around in your head that you're not paying attention to? What's buzzing around in your head? What thoughts are going on in your head that you're not following through with, or just pay attention to your thoughts. Maybe you're just getting downloads, like I was getting downloads. That's what happened. That's what happens when I go back to Sedona. I always call it my healing place, but literally it's a download. It's where I get downloads. So I was getting downloaded last night in my dream space, right? And that's what we're all doing this right now. There's downloads that are happening. That's what this energy is, this intense energy. And Venus being in retrograde, it causes, you know, like I said, everything to be brought back up in relationship between ones. Don't make any major decisions for the next couple of weeks as far as relationships go, because it's kind of like Mercury that way. But there's more than that. There's more. There's transmissions coming from Spirit. They're downloading, and there's going to be a couple more coming next week. So prepare for it. They're saying just prepare for the challenges, and it's wonderful. Oh, look at the grosbeaks. They're all together. I love that. So spiritual family. Okay, look at them all going under their water. So diving down deep under your emotional waters. What do you need to address, everybody, in relationship? What must be addressed? Everybody went under. Holy moly. Okay, so when you go down, you're pulling it up. That's what's happening in this Venus retrograde time. You're pulling it up, whatever it was that needed to be addressed and needed to be looked at, okay? And you'll come back up. The grosbeaks are very buoyant. They pop right back up, but you must go down under emotional waters. Okay, back to the bee. The bee also talks about get busy and get the honey. So what is your work? Remember, with the grosbeaks, it also talks about connecting with your spirituality. If you're supposed to be paying attention to what the downloads or the thoughts that are coming to you, what kind of healing work, or what kind of work must you move forward and manifest? What are the thoughts that are coming to you from Spirit? The thoughts that you're getting in your head. Pay attention to them. They're loud. The bee talks about opportunities that are going to be coming to you from your work, from your hard work. They talk about manifesting a sweetness or a victory because of the work that you've put in. So very positive messages about the bee buzzing around. I'm actually using a deck that I haven't used in forever. I've got like 65 decks, and I ignore a lot of them, and I thought, okay, you know, let's do something different today. So I'm working with, it's very apropos for where I'm at, because I'm in Fairy Glen, right? This is what I've named this place. And Healing with the Fairies is the deck that we're working with. So there's probably more that's going to be popping up as I go along here. But I'm going to, because I know that there's a lot that was to do with what I was getting this morning from Ryan, and it'll come up in this reading, I'm already aware. So the first message we have is positive expectations. Okay, so you see this girl, she's on her hands and knees, and she's got her hands up to heaven, and she's just like praying. And she's probably feeling like, what's going on? I've been expecting this, and it's taking a long time. You know, you may be feeling downhearted. You may be feeling just as she is. She's praying, come on, what's going on? You know, I'm in this heavy thought. It's talking about keeping your hopes and dreams alive. It's talking about affirmations and visualizations and your prayers, because they're manifesting right now. They're manifesting. Like I said, the opportunities is the manifestation for the things that you have been working towards. So you've planted seeds of manifestation, and even though it may feel like it's not in front of you, you don't see immediate results. I was just talking to my friend Joy when I did the reading with her the other night, and I said, you know, we've asked Spirit, right? We've asked, and we've put out our rockets of desire, but we got to give them 35 seconds, you know, to line things up, because you know, maybe there's other people involved. So you have to allow Spirit a little bit of time, even though we're not seeing the immediate results. There's reasons. We don't want to be allowing pessimistic thoughts or words to manifest the negative, right? We have to be careful, because our negative thoughts or negative feelings, speech, causes our vibration to lower, and it causes things to slow down. So here we're working towards a manifestation. They said, yes, here it is for you, and yet you can disrupt that by speaking in a negative way. So you don't want to do that. So what's funny about the message is this girl that's praying, she's got wings of a butterfly. And they're telling her, get out of this dark space. Whatever this space is that's surrounding you, get out of this dark space. And at your earliest convenience, get outside. Which is what I was told this morning. Get outside. And I thought, okay, we're doing my reading a day early. Interesting. And get out there and commune. And, you know, if you don't have, you look at this. I've got this. I am super lucky. But you don't have to have a lake. You know, a backyard will do. You know, a back porch will do, a park will do, but you need to get out in nature. And when you're out there, listen. Listen to the animal totems that come. If you don't know what they mean, look them up. What does the crow mean? The crow means to me, the first message always for me is walk your walk, talk your talk. So I am. I'm doing what I'm being told to do, and I'm doing what I'm telling you to do, right? So I'm walking my walk, I'm talking my talk. And when you're out there, wherever it is, the lake, the park, your back porch, I have friends that are in the snow. It doesn't matter. I watch people post things. Oh man, I can't believe this. We thought this was done. And they post a picture of the snow, and I look at it and I think, God, how beautiful. You know, it doesn't matter where I am. There's something amazing to be found. Look for the positive. Look for the positive of where you are. And then talk to Spirit. Talk to the fairies here. You can talk to the water sprites, or, you know, the fairies in the forest, or your angels, or Spirit, or whoever it is, to the animals. Talk to them and tell them about your fears and your doubts and your worry and all of the things that have been weighing you down. Talk to them about that. And then talk to them about your hopes and your dreams and what you're aspiring to do, and dwell on that, and know that they hear you, because they do. Know that they're hearing what you're asking and what you're saying and how you're expressing yourself. The best relationship is one that has communication. You must have a relationship with Spirit, with the Father. Talk to the Father. He's our dad. He's there all the time. He hears us all the time. He's going to listen to us. So these are ways that you manifest. These are absolutely ways that you manifest. And ask Spirit, ask the Father, ask the fairies, ask the sprites, ask the animals, help me. I'm going to get emotional. Help me stay in this place of peace. Help me stay centered. Help me work through whatever this heavy emotion is. Venus retrograde, full moon release, because emotions are very heavy around the full moon. I'm a Aries and a Pisces moon, and I'm very affected by the moon energy. My moonstones are flashing. My rings, people have been talking about how, wow, they're on fire, and my body very much reacts to the full moon. So it's a time of release. It's a time when we want to let go of what doesn't help us, when we no longer want to carry, hold on to. And ask for help in doing so. Ask for help in releasing. Ask for help in moving forward. If we're afraid of something, ask for relief from troubled times. Ask for help from outside places, the right people in the right situations. Ask for help for the ones that we love. Please surround my twin with love and light. Please let him know that I'm with him. Never will leave him, never have left him, always here. I called on him the other day, and right when I did, he answered me. And it was so loud, it was so clear, and for those who are in a twin soul relationship, we're constantly in communication with our twins. And I talked about being a satellite, right? When I went to Wisconsin, for those who know me, I went there and I thought I was there and I thought I was connected to a twin. I really did. And because of the way I was taken out there and because of the spiritual way things happened and how things unfolded and all the prophetic things that happened while I was there and in the dream time, it took me quite a while to realize that that was not my twin. My twin I met here in California almost 20 years ago. And this is where he's from. And the person that I went there to see was a catalyst to get me to that place, because I was supposed to connect with others who were of my soul family. My Uncle Phil, my Mama Sherry, Bethy, Catherine, Erica, Caitlin, there's so early Thomas, Richie, there's so many people that I was meant to connect with. And after I left there, you know, some of the friends, you know, I'm friends with all of them still, but there's several that are very spiritually connected, and we continue on and we work together, our work. And so I was brought there for that purpose. That was the purpose. And then I was taken out and I was sent to Sedona. I was a satellite and I was to go there and be downloaded and learn. And I was, like I said, I was a hermit. When the Great Wave came, I was sent to that mountain and I was there for 8 months, and then I was sent back to California. And this is where I am a satellite dish for spirit. And a lot of us are doing that. You know, there's a lot of us around the planet that are sent to different places at different times, and we connect with one another on the internet, which I'm grateful for. You know, my twin has he hates social media, and I told him, you know, I'm being told to use this. It's a very positive thing to use in order to connect with people, because as I am a satellite dish, and while my twin is gone doing his own work, I'm alone here, and so my connections and my friends are in different states, and so I connect on the internet. So yes, can be a negative place, but definitely can be a positive place. So this segues into our next message, which is making friends. Okay, so here again we see another fairy with butterflies, and it talks about she's reaching out to these butterflies. Basically what this is talking about is how, there's a guy watching. This is always interesting for me when I'm doing a reading and people come up and stare and wonder what I'm doing, talking to myself. But anyway, I'm not really concerned, am I? So, making new friends. What it's talking about is, you know, you may notice that at this time your friends are changing, you know, and I found that when I left Wisconsin, a lot of my friends changed, and it was time to move forward. And it's like people are falling out of your life. Many stayed, and we're part of it, but your priorities are changing. And when I went to Wisconsin and left California, I definitely had friends fall out of my life. Absolutely. Completely different mindset. And I was moving forward in a spiritual path, and they weren't part of that path. And so you have a ripple effect happening right now, because your spiritual path is changing. And the people that you used to associate with are no longer in line with the way you see life. And you're no longer in line with the way they see life. That your topics are more naturally spiritually based, right? That's what feeds you. You know, my ex-husband, who was my best friend, used to say to me, "Can't you turn it off for the weekend? You know, geez, you do this all day." And I said, "No, it's like air for me. I feed off of this. It's how I breathe." But he didn't understand it because he wasn't in the same place as me. And a lot of the people that were in my life weren't in the same place as me. So with you, you may feel that, you know, you're not as drawn to your old friends as you used to be. And you might find that they're not drawn to you, or you all of a sudden your interests are just not what they used to be. So you're being asked not to worry about it. You know, move forward as these shifts in your life happen. You know, they're not rejecting you or judging you, and you're not rejecting and judging them. Sometimes they do judge us because they don't understand, but we're not judging them. We're just moving in a new direction. So when these friends fall away, you're making room for new growth, right? You're acknowledging basically the law of attraction. The law of attraction is going to bring you in line with ones who are more in tune to your beliefs and your feelings and your interests now. And it doesn't mean that these ones will always stay away from your life, but for a time while you're growing stronger and you're going on your spiritual path, some may fall away, and some may come along with you, some may come back into your life as they awaken. Because naturally, like-minded ones draw to one another, right? People on the same vibrational frequency. That's how when I got to Sedona, my twin was drawn to me, and we reconnected after, 10 years. And he said to me, I said, "My body is vibrating. Why is this happening?" You know, he asked me if I was his twin soul, and I said no. I thought it was this one that I had gone to see in Wisconsin, but I was wrong. But I said to him, "But my body is vibrating. I don't know why this is happening." And he said, "Of course it is." He goes, "So is mine. We're connecting. We're good together. You know, we're on the same vibrational frequency." And it's only happened like that one other time, and it was with the person I connected with in Wisconsin, but it was through the music. So Spirit was speaking to me through music. Now I was connecting on a human, on a soul level with a person, and it was my twin soul. And so I was vibrating on the same frequency as him, and that's why we were drawn together. So it's a blessed thing. It's a beautiful thing when we draw to us who we're vibrating like, you know. And if you don't like the way things are happening in your life, and you don't like the people that you're around, then start changing the way you behave and start changing the way you talk, and you'll start vibrating on a different frequency. If you whatever you put out, you draw in, right? So put out positivity, put out love, put out peaceful happiness. Seek your spiritual side. That's why the Coot was saying, what is it that's been talking to you in your head? Have you been ignoring your spirituality? Start paying attention to it, and you'll start drawing into your life ones vibrating on the same frequency as you. Okay, so that's that for that message. I've got several. I know this is going to be a long reading, it feels like. Making new friends, we've done that. Let's look around while I figure out where we're at next. Okay, so inner child. This one I love. I got this a couple times this morning in different ways, and I've been getting it recently, and you guys probably have as well. You see this girl holding on to a teddy bear. That's her comfort, right? And she's floating along, and the sky is very beautiful. It feels like where I was the other night, though, the feeling that I get from this. So she's holding on to her teddy bear. She's seeking solace. And what it's saying is, your inner child is needing you at this time. Your inner child is seeking comfort, is seeking attention. It needs to have you take it outside and play. It needs for you to connect in a way of joy. Oh, I just love when they skim over the water like that. I'm going to let you guys look around, because you're missing the beautiful things that I'm seeing. And as I sit here, maybe those grosbeaks will come closer. So your inner child, if you're feeling neglected or unappreciated, you know, it's mostly because you've been ignoring your own inner child's needs. It's you. You're the one that needs to love you. You can't only love another. Look at the beautiful red head. You can only love another truly and properly when you know how to love yourself. So this inner child needs daily care and attention. It isn't like just the weekend. You have to make space every single day to love your inner child. And tell your inner child that you're proud of your inner child. I'm proud of you. I will never leave you. No matter what anybody else says or does, no matter if somebody hurts your feelings, walks out of your life, your inner child is here. Your inner child loves you. Your inner child will never neglect you. Your inner child will never judge you unless you allow it. Stop telling your inner child, your arms aren't fit enough yet, Sherry. I'm working on it. Stop telling yourself, your skin on your legs isn't tight enough and you still have cellulite. I'm working on it. I'm also 52 years old, you know? Stop beating your inner child up. Start telling your inner child that you love your inner child and that you're proud of your inner child. Take your inner child out to play. Take your inner child out on a canoe, on a boat. Go out to a park. Go out to a movie. I asked my stepdaughter, Kendra, if she wanted to go to a movie tonight. She's coming over tomorrow, and we're going to go on Monday, and we're going to go either here out in the canoe or we're going to go for a hike. And I said, hey, you want to go to a movie? And it's her little guy, Tyler's birthday party tomorrow, so happy 5th birthday, Tyler. And she's got to get a lot done tonight. So I thought to myself, that's not going to stop me from going to a movie. My inner child would like to go to a movie, so I think that's what I'll do. So you could do something like this, you know. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Just a little bit of quiet time sitting on the patio, you know, relaxing and giving yourself a bit of a break. You know, make sure that you take care of yourself. Or make a date with a friend, like I did with Kendra. You know, we made plans on Friday, and we're going to do it. I said, don't ditch me, because I want to do this. And I know it'll happen, because Spirit wants this to happen, because they're encouraging this, so I know it's going to happen. But make a date with a friend, you know. Take care of the inner kid inside of you, or take care of someone else's kid. It'll help you be more productive, because it lifts your energy. It makes you happier. You'll be filled with fresh new ideas. Things always come to me after I come out on the water. You know, I decided not to work today. I'll probably go back and work in a little while, but I thought, you know, I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to go out and take this day off. And look how beautiful this is. God, this is so pretty. I'm so grateful that I did that, and I listened. Spirit knew what I needed. My inner child needed this, and I was not giving myself this. I have this in front of me, and I wasn't allowing myself to experience it and get pleasure from it. So this is what we're going to do, right? We're going to invest in ourselves by taking regular time, right? So tell yourself, I'm going to invest in me by taking regular time to let go, to play, and have fun. I was telling my clients that yesterday. I was saying, you know, she's having a difficult time and things aren't moving forward. And I said, go play. And people get mad at me on this hotline that I work at because they want answers. You know, they want, when's this happening, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know, you have a lot to do with this. I keep getting from people, your manifestations have a lot to do with you. It has a lot to do with your energy, what you put in, what you put out. You bring back. So go play. Lift your vibration and watch how ideas come in and blocks start to fade away when you've been able to lift your energy this way. Okay, so that's that message. The next message is kindness. I love this. I was speaking about this, I don't know if it was yesterday or this morning in one of my posts, I can't remember, but you see this girl, this fairy, she's sitting in the forest and she's holding on to a bunny. So kindness, it's talking about being kind to others. You know, we are supposed to be also as kind to yourself. But I know what it was. It was a post. It was a comment that I made, a post that I made this morning, and it was about children. It was about a woman. It was a video that she had done, and she was talking about how she wanted to raise her boys. She wanted to raise her boys to be respectful men and decent, loving men. And I had a client that, or not a client, but somebody posted a comment on it and said, unfortunately, that's not realistic, you know, because we would have to deprive our children from television and movies and all of the violence and sadness in the world. And I said, you know, I feel the opposite of that. I feel to be a responsible parent, you need to shelter your children, yes, but I wouldn't call it depriving them. Why would you have them watch violent video game or play violent video games, watch violent movies and television for entertainment? That's not entertainment. I don't watch television. I have Netflix and I can choose what I watch. And there's reasons for the things that I choose. But a responsible parenting would be to monitor what your little ones are watching. But don't keep them from the real world. You know, they need to know that, you know, there is sadness in the world. There are people who are suffering. There are ones who don't have what you have. There are ones who don't have the ability to get up and go to the grocery store or to walk their dog or ride on a bike. So maybe you could teach your children, and you started, not maybe, definitely, I did. You teach your children at an early age, you know, when you're mowing the lawn, maybe you can trim the neighbor's lawn, like go over it a little bit there, if the neighbor, the elderly neighbor that isn't able to do that. Or maybe your elderly neighbor doesn't have the ability to walk their dog. You could offer to walk their dog. You get the benefits, so do they. So does the pet. I had a friend and her husband and her, their thing that they did every Christmas was they would take their kids down to the homeless shelters and they would help feed the people at the homeless shelters. They were allowing their children to be of service, but also letting them see that there are other people that don't have what we have, and also allowing them to feel how wonderful it feels to help others. Because it's about teaching your children how to be in service to others, right? And it's also teaching your children that it's okay for them to ask for help. And it's okay for other people to be in service for you and to receive, because it's very difficult for people like me to receive help from others. And I've learned, you know, I have learned in this last couple of years, it's okay to accept a compliment. It's okay to accept help. It's okay to accept a gift. It doesn't always have to be me giving it. You know, then you allow the other person to feel that wonderful feeling of being able to give and help someone else. So it's a bless all the way around. Anonymous deeds are really wonderful. You know, you don't always have to let someone know. I love that whole idea of you know, paying it forward or saying, hey, buy the next person a coffee, or, you know, put this on, you know, towards their bill or whatever. I like that. That's very cool. Anonymous gifts are really, really cool. Just to do something for somebody. And not for because you want to be recognized for it, or because you want to be thanked, but because you want that person to have the surprise of having something really cool happening to them. An act of kindness. So also pay attention to your thoughts. You know, how are you thinking? How are you speaking about yourself? Be kind to yourself. Remember, we have to be kind towards ourselves before we can be kind towards others. Be kind to animals. You know, be gentle. That you saw that woman holding on to the rabbit. I'm very, very tapped into animals, and I help them. As I told you, there was a cormorant that was being, you know, beaten up at the beach. It was being smashed against the rocks, and I went down and I got it, and I drove it all 5 miles into the next town and took it to the animal sanctuary, and because I wasn't about to let that animal suffer. You know, there's so many things. How many of us have found a dog or a cat, you know, running around the neighborhood after fireworks or something? And I've driven around neighborhoods for hours and hours trying to find the owners and taken the animals home. And, you know, be kind to animals. Be kind to your own pets. You know, I was busy this morning, and Lily my cat was sitting on the patio and enjoying the deck. And when I went outside to water some plants, that's where I saw the bees. That was to give me the animal totem. she started talking to me, and I had things to do, but I thought, no, you know what, I'm going to sit here for a second. She's my pet. She's my gift. She is my little guardian angel that lifts up my vibration, and she absorbs my negative energy, because that's what they do. They clear negative energy. And she's wanting love. She needs attention right now. So I gave her. I just sat there and I massaged her and I talked to her, and then Liger was like, what about me? So I went and got him treats, and, you know, pay attention to your pets. You know, you got them for a reason. Don't get a pet and chain it up to your back porch. You know, never take it for a walk. If you're not going to have your animal be part of your family, don't get one. Please. Okay? Also, with nature, be kind to nature. You know, be aware that you're not bending branches and breaking them, and stepping on flowers, and be aware of the beauty of the nature around you. Don't disrupt it. You know, it's there for all of us to enjoy. If you go to a park and you see, here's a random act of kindness. Oh, love that. Did you hear the wings flapping? 3 ducks. Ducks talk about community effort. There we go. So if you go to a park and you see that there's debris or garbage that's been left behind, pick it up and throw it in the garbage. When I go out of my canoe, when I see stuff on the water, I pick it up and I take it and I throw it away. That's my way of, you know, being kind to nature and keeping our nature beautiful. And it's not something that I'm going to have other people look at and say, oh, good job, Sherry. I do it because I love this planet, and I do it to give back to what I get from nature. If we don't take care of it, it's not going to look like this, right? This place looks this way because we take care of it and we appreciate it. So there's that message. All right. The next message, let's see. See these guys going by? They're having a peaceful day, right? Oh, that's appropriate, because the next message that we have is peace of mind. Oops, I'm dropping my cards. So peace of mind, I love this. You all know why I love this, because I love the forest. That is so incredibly beautiful. Looks like when my Mama Sherry and Bethy and I, we went up Door County. We always go for a drive up north, and we went into the forest, and there were giant ferns like that. And oh, it's so incredibly beautiful. So peace of mind. It's talking about making it a high priority. Make it a priority to find your peace of mind. Look at this. Let's put it like that. Look how pretty that is. I'm in this place, aren't I? This is my priority, to make sure that I spend some time out on this lake that I've been given, as I'm a satellite dish in California. You know, even though I don't have my soul family with me and my twin with me, I'm in this beautiful place. And that's my priority, is to focus on that. You know? If you make peace of mind a focus, you're going to feel a sense of relief, because that's where your energy is going. You're going to manifest a sense of relief. You're going to take steps to create the peace of mind, whatever it is, whatever you need to do, wherever you need to go. Look how beautiful. I'm just looking at the colors. The colors are the same on these branches. I love it. The new growth, the fresh green, healing. It's also the color of your heart chakra, you know? All of these colors coming together. So what can you do to create a peace of mind, you know? Besides being helpful to yourself and as well as to others, what can you do? Yoga, meditation, eating healthy, maintaining healthy sleep habits, staying away from negative people, negative energy, avoid the drama. People that have drama, there's a bolt going through my door. Don't bring drama to my door. I don't want it. I'm staying away from it. I want nothing to do with it. Thank you very much. Don't bring your drama to someone else's door. Remember, when you're feeling through this horrible energy, and you know, it's always good to have a friend that you can talk to, but we have to be aware that our energy affects others. Remember, I said, especially when you're a high manifesting, you're a high vibrating individual, you know, you're aware of the power that you hold. Your energetic vibration is very strong. So when you walk into a place and you're in a funk, you're going to affect that energy. Likewise, you can walk into a place and lift it. So if you need to get to a place of peace of mind, go out into nature, do these things that we've been talking about to lift your vibration, so that when you do arrive into a conversation, whether it be on email, text message, phone call, in person, walking into a building, walking into an office, whatever it is, that your vibration is light and happy and peaceful, and helping others. Okay, so that's that message. Let's see. I dropped our other cards. I think we have 2 more. Lord. Oh, no, we don't. We have 1. Okay. So the last one, trust your intuition. Okay, now this girl, to me, she looks like she's in dream time. Yep. The moon and the planets, the galaxy, the solar, you know, the Milky Way all around her. So I'm going to my dream time, because that's where I get I get a lot of my information, downloads. So they're telling you that you can trust your dreams, trust the information that comes to you. You are at this time going, especially because of the moon energy that's happening and the fact that I said that we've been having these downloads happen, and there's going to be more happening next week. Trust the information that comes to you. Has your inner guidance been trying to get your attention? Like I said, is there some thought that's been rolling, the bee? Remember the bee? What's been buzzing around in your head? What is your higher self been trying to get your attention, or your mind to pay attention to? Your higher self is connected, but maybe your mind is too busy, buzzing around other things. So there's something buzzing around your head. Pay attention to what Spirit's trying to tell you. Woo! Almost fell off my little perch. Pay attention to what the grosbeak was saying. Remember, opportunities that are coming. Healing within families and with friends. What steps do you need to take? Do you need to just send out that loving vibration or that intention? I see my family wrapped in love and light. My family and I are just, what's the word? Well, we're distant, disconnected because of my spiritual beliefs, but I love my family, and I see them, I send them love. My son is in California right now with my grandson that I've never seen, and he's with my daughter, which I'm glad that my family is together. I'm not there, but I can still, I dream with them. I dreamt with all of them actually the other night, so that was one of the messages that Spirit was showing me what was happening, and I was able to be there. And so I send my family. I don't send it, I share my love. And my children are always wrapped in my heart. And so we can do that with others, right? Pay attention to the dreams that you get. Pay attention to your intuition. This is time to not ignore what your higher self has been trying to say to you. Do not ignore or procrastinate any messages that come. Trust the inner wisdom that you get, because it's coming from a respected source. Just like you would trust if you had a mentor, or if you had a life coach that was working with you. Spirit is our life coach. They work with us all the time. They work with us through the animal messengers. They work with us through our dream space. They work with us through our soul family, like my brother Ryan and Alex when they were speaking this morning. I so needed that. That's how my higher self is connected to my trusted teachers, right? We're all teachers of one another. We're all students of one another, and Spirit makes sure that happens. So pay attention to this. Pay attention to this energy that comes from you in your higher self. Listen to what your own self gets. You are a spiritual person. You can trust what you're getting. Maybe that's what's buzzing around your head you're not paying attention to. Maybe you're not trusting yourself. So know that you're not imagining the guidance that's coming. I'm not. Everything worked together. Everything came together. There was a reason I got up when I did. There was a reason my phone was set to Ryan's page. There was a reason, and even my friend that spoke to me, that wrote and asked me about what was going on and the difficulty that he was going through. And I said it was like a negative vibration, and I told him I'm not quite certain at this moment. Perhaps that's all I said to him. And then I went away and I listened to Ryan, and I started kind of working around the place, and I started to pay attention. And I thought, you know what? I was listening to what Ryan said, and I was looking at the messages that I was getting, and I thought, okay, we're in transition then. We're just in a transition place. So I went back to him and I said, you know what? You're just in transition. You'll know when the time is right. Spirit knows when the time is right. Like I said, what I was getting in my dream space last night, I've been wanting to know for 2 years. And I have been getting a lot of the confirmation of it. I've been getting little bits and pieces of it. But I was shown, again, confirmation of it. And so I am being told to trust what I got. What I saw was the truth. What I have been getting has been the truth. It was just more confirmation that my twin was now aware. So, do trust your dream space. Do trust your friends that connect with you, your spiritual friends. There's a reason for it. Like I said last week, if you get an inclination to do something, do it. Don't question it too much. Just kind of go with what your higher self is telling you. The more we trust our intuition, the more Spirit will bring to us. Because once they recognize that we're trusting the information that's coming, they're going to bring us more. Anything that's repetitive, right? Any voices or signs or thoughts or visual things, anything that's a repetitive message. People that are talking about the same type of thing, pay attention to that. There's a reason for it. The fact that it was today for me, it was Tyler's birthday tomorrow. They were talking about his birthday. Then my girlfriend in Wisconsin, Catherine, was talking about her stepson's birthday, Rowan. So the emphasis was on birthdays, celebration, children. Made me think about inner child, celebrating your inner child, right? So all of it was connected. Everything that I was getting was connected. Pay attention. There's always messages coming. So affirmation, trust. I trust and follow my feelings and my thoughts without question or delay. Okay? Pay attention. I think that's it. I thought I would, for peace of mind, is there an affirmation? My mind is now peaceful. I know that all of my needs are automatically taken care of, and I can rest easily, assured that all is well. That's a good one, right? Positive affirmations. Remember, we're supposed to write things down. So that, write these out. See them, write them down as well. They're much more powerful when we do, when our mind sees it, our brains hear it, see it, and the act of our handwriting it down. Any psychiatrist will tell you the act of doing all of those things in unison. And I kept getting today, writing. So I'm the one who needs to write. Also remember, tonight's our full moon, so write out your full moon release ritual. Anything you no longer wish to carry, what you're ready to let go of. Put out all of your crystals to charge. I've got all my crystals. Look what I'm wearing today. I've got my talisman for my twin and I, which is the lapis, which is his stone, and the moonstone, which is mine. I've got my Vogel cut crystal, which is a very powerful quartz crystal. It's interesting, I'll show you. In one direction, the way the crystal is cut, you see it's flat on one side, and on this side, the crystal is cut and it protrudes. One pulls energy in, love, like whatever you're trying to pull in towards yourself, whatever you're trying to manifest. The other one exudes it. So depending on which way you wear it and for the reason that you're wearing it. And then this one is my soulmate stone. This is for my twin and I, and the two hearts together. And we have rhodonite, white quartz crystal for manifesting. We have ruby, we have amethyst, and we have rose quartz. These are all manifestation stones and crystals for love and partnership and romance. We've got a lot of that. We're being shown quite a bit that it's definitely the time the twins are coming together. Soulmate relationships are definitely in flux right now and moving forward. So we're looking forward to that. So put your crystals outside under the full moon to clear them and charge them. It's very powerful under the rays of the moon. What else? Inner child. I invest in myself by taking regular time to let go, play, and have fun. Okay, there's another affirmation. What other ones did we have? I'm just trying to see, because I know that there's other positive affirmations for manifestation is incredibly powerful. There's like waves on the water right now. So there's a lot of waves on the water. So the emotional waters are stirred up right now, you guys. So it's okay, go with the flow. Positive expectations. I am safe, confident, and secure. I feel joyful about my future. For the ones who are experiencing issues with friendships or wanting to experience new friendships, I'm grateful for my wonderfully supportive and loving friends. I certainly am. I'm very, very grateful for my soul family. I want you to see my eyes when I say that. I love you all. I appreciate you all. You are my strength when I'm not with you. Any connections that we have, I just want to send out that I love you all. Okay, so, sorry, that hurts my eyes. I've got very sensitive eyes. Blue eyes and light green eyes. I guess we all have that thing where, my goodness, sunglasses feel so much better. Oh, there's a nest in that tree that I've never seen. Look at the size of it. Can you see it? That's where that's where I see the hawk come. Oh, I'm going to pay attention to that. This is where the crows fly around and where the hawk comes, so I'm going to pay attention to that. That would be incredible for me. The red hawk is my main, she's my main girl when I reawakened, so very cool to see that. A nest makes me think of family, the twin souls. You know, the nests are coming together, nesting time. Wonderful. Okay, so if you'd like to follow me, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Google+, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Angels Whisper, Sherry Columbus Facebook. My website is www.thewhispersofangels.com. If you would like help with life coaching, dream analysis, or personal reading, my personal email, sherrycolumbus@yahoo.com, SHERRICOLUMBUS @yahoo.com. If you don't hear from me right away on my website, do contact me. I would prefer you contact me through that until I can figure out why this isn't going through as timely as it should be. Which reminds me, I'll talk to my girlfriend Erica and find out what I need to do about that today. she's my internet guru, because as I said, I need a partner who's computer savvy, because this girl is not. I guess that's it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to go roll around. I'm going to go over to my tunnel, and we're up a day early, so I'm going to post this today. so that we have the benefit of it. So thank you for tuning in with me, and blessings, love and light.